Hi friends, I'm so excited that I'm singing my words today, yeah. Wanna know why? Well, for those who don't know me, I'm Candy Kane, the newest member of the Spyrock Detective Agency, and today I get to share my craziest case of 2020. Da da da! I call it the case of making the fruit fight right. Dun 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 dun! Okay, enough singing for now because it's time for the story. It all started on a rainy day in December. 3 siblings, Jeff, who's 13, Gina, who is 9, and Joey, who is 4, were at home having a snack. Their mom had just been to the grocery store and picked up all their favorite fruits. So Jeff was having a berry smoothie, Gina was eating a banana and some applesauce, and Joey was having grapes and a clementine. Everyone seemed to be enjoying their snack at the kitchen table, and their mom went to the basement to do some laundry. Then everything went crazy. Gina was joking with her applesauce like she was going to fling some at Jeff. Jeff told Gina that if she did, he'd dump his smoothie on her, and Joey said he'd love to play a game of grapes and clementines dodgeball. Gina thought Joey's idea sounded funny, and when she laughed, her finger holding the spoon with the applesauce slipped and launched right at Jeff. Direct hit. Jeff had already told Gina what he would do if she flung her applesauce, so he responded immediately by throwing his half-full glass of berry smoothie right in Gina's face. Gina could not believe what he had done, and she kinda lost it. She grabbed her banana, jumped across the table at Jeff, and mashed it on his head. A wrestling match ensued from there, and Joey decided that the dodgeball game was on. He quickly hopped on the table and pelted his older brother and sister with grapes and clementines while they wrestled all over the floor, spreading smoothies, smashed bananas, squished grapes, and clementines everywhere. By the time their mom got back upstairs, the kitchen was a total disaster. Gina and Jeff were a mess, and Joey accidentally nailed his mom with a grape as she came right in. Their mom was super angry. The kids started arguing and blaming each other, but their mom told them to zip it, get back in their chairs, and start figuring out how to make things right while she went to calm down before she started throwing some fruit herself. The 3 kids sat there silently for a few minutes, looking around at the huge mess, knowing that they were in a ton of trouble. As the oldest, Jeff knew he was likely to be the most in trouble. But suddenly, he got an idea. Jeff was friends with Lost Larry, who was part of the last 2 cases I told you all about. So Jeff decided to call me and see if there was any way I might be able to help him, like I'd helped his friend Larry. At first, I wasn't sure a detective was needed. All he said was they made a mess in the kitchen and needed help cleaning it up. There wasn't really a case to solve, just a mess to clean up, but Jeff begged me to come and at least check things out, so I agreed. Jeff told his mom I was coming, and she agreed to let them work with me and try to solve things. When I arrived, the kids had cleaned themselves up a little bit, but the kitchen was still a wreck with fruit everywhere. I started by asking them to take deep breaths, then tell me what had happened. They proceeded to explain everything I just told you about the fruit fight. But then I decided to use my detective skills a bit more, and I asked them each to tell me why it happened. Everyone was silent at first, but then little Joey spoke up. He explained how Gina and Jeff had been ignoring him all day, just like they often did other times too. He felt like they didn't really care about him, so when they started the fruit fight, there was no way he wasn't going to get involved and finally have fun playing with them for once. Gina felt bad right away and apologized for ignoring Joey. She said she definitely cared about him and would be happy to do anything he wanted after they figured out this fruit mess. Then she explained that the reason she was joking about flinging the applesauce at Jeff was because he had been acting so mean to her lately. He basically was just staying in his room and avoiding being with the whole family, or when he was with them, he would say unkind things to her, which made her really upset. So even though it was sort of an accident, she actually really wanted to fling the applesauce because she was so frustrated by how Jeff was acting these days. And then when he threw the smoothie on her, she knew he really must hate her, and that made her so sad, she just got super mad. From there, I went to Jeff. At first, he told me that he just wanted to figure out how to avoid getting in more trouble and that his siblings were being annoying. We had hit a wall and I was afraid we might be stuck. But then I noticed a smashed banana still in Jeff's hair and got an ingenious idea, which means really smart. Namely, I started singing my banana song. Jeff, Jeff, Bo, Beth, banana, fana, fo, fef, me, mime, oh, meth, Jeff. After my first time through, Jeff just looked at me with a hint of a smile, but also a face that said he thought I was super weird. So I sang it again and used Gina's name. Gina, Gina, Bobina, banana, fana, fofina, me, mime, omina, Gina. He still looked at me like I was nuts, so I tried Joey's name, but it was trickier. Joey, Joey, Bowie, banana, fana, fofoey, me, mime, moe, Joey. As I fumbled through that one, Jeff finally burst out laughing, and that got him talking. He admitted that throwing the smoothie was not good, but he too was pretty frustrated with Gina because it seemed like every time he did come join the family, she was always criticizing something about him, whether it was the way he ate, the clothes he wore, or even how he brushed his teeth. She had to criticize or complain about everything, and he was tired of it. So he stayed in his room for some peace and quiet, even though, if he was honest, he kind of missed being with everyone sometimes. It was then that I knew how to solve the case. First, I helped them clean up the kitchen so their mom wouldn't have to. Then, I had them join in singing the banana name song with each other's names and mine, followed by a puzzle and a board game together. They ended up spending the whole afternoon cleaning, singing, playing, and laughing together. We agreed to no criticism for anyone, and it was a great time for all. It certainly wasn't my hardest case, but I think it might have been my best case. I love seeing families learn to get along better. Who knew a detective could solve that kind of case? And that's why I'm singing today. So let's do one more round with my name. Candy, Candy, Bo, Bandy, banana, fana, fo, fandy, me, my, mo, Mandy, Candy. Bye, friends!